Doing that part yet.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you all for being here. You could have been anywhere else today, but you're here. Thank you to all the friends and family who are here. We really appreciate you supporting your fellow through this program. And if everyone could just mute their phones or their laptops, just so we're able to not hear the echoing. Thank you. All right, and thank you so much for as well as yourself for being here, for supporting our fellows through their journey. We really appreciate that. Let's see. I'm just following. Okay, so I wanted to make sure that I'm following our run show here. Okay. Rosin, are you able to see the slideshow?
Yes, I
sure. Okay. I lost my place here.
Do you want me to share it?
You can go ahead and share it.
Okay.
All right. So again, welcome. So welcome, Winter 23 cohort. I hope that you're really proud of yourself. We are all proud of you. The hard work and effort that you put into completing this 12-week program, you're our 6th cohort, demonstrates your persistence and perseverance, and it will undoubtedly serve you well as you venture further into becoming a tech professional. So, just for your family and friends who may not be familiar with the program, G-Code was created to empower Black, Brown, and Indigenous young women and non-binary people of color and provide inclusive communities, quality education, and expanded access to economic opportunities through careers in the tech industry. Partnering with different organizations that further our mission and leveraging our individual relationships and connections are just 2 of our most unique values of this program. And I know that some of you started with lots of fears and doubts, but look how you made it, right? Yay! You did not let anything deter you, and week by week, you saw yourself overcoming the challenges, even accepting them, using tools such as GitHub, VS Code, really essential to programmers to push, pull, and merge code while working with your teammates for your group projects. And that gave you the necessary tools to learn how to collaborate and communicate with each other, which will serve you well in the future. And there were probably times you may not know why you were learning something, only to then understand why later. Learning how to code, of course, requires focus, patience, and willingness to continue learning. And Aristotle said it best by saying, the more you know, the more you don't know, right? And I can tell you by experience and by research that learning how to code opens your mind in a very unique way. You may start to find that your creativity and cognitive skills have intensified, your analytical and logical thinking has increased. And actually studies show that programming is basically a mental engagement that actually leads to sharper brains, constructs cognitive aptitudes that involve learning and intellectual difficulty, and moves forward a person's memory. So with that being said, the steps that you've taken to invest in yourself will no doubt pay off tenfold. And again, I'm immensely proud of all of you and the work that you've put forth. and wish you nothing but the best. I can't wait to hear all the stories of impact that will come out of this cohort. And please remember that once you are a G-Code, once you're a part of G-Code family, you're always going to be one. The light is always on at the G-Code house. I want to take this time to thank all of our facilitators, our community advocate and volunteers for making this cohort one that was full of support and encouragement. We really appreciate you. The organization would not exist if it were not for our next speaker. Please welcome our founder and executive director, Bridget Wallace.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone, or depending where you are, I'll just say hello. Again, I am honored and humbled to be here. I am so proud of our sixth cohort. You all are amazing people who took the time to say, I'm worth it, and invested in yourselves and invested in your future and your potential and what you can be. And I am honored that you saw it fit to partner with us, to partner with G-Code and you know, invited us to come alongside you on your journey to greatness. So again, thank you all. I am so proud. You should be proud of yourselves and what you accomplished, that you started something and you completed it, right? And you're able to say that, yes, I did this. I was able to either venture into something new or continue on your learning journey, and you crossed that finish line, at least this finish line, which is G-Code. I want to encourage you to keep learning, keep striving, keep thriving, keep seeking to be your best selves. As Kareem mentioned, this is a community. When you know, I mentioned to our seventh cohort class, incoming classes, that we designed this with you in mind. Even though we didn't know you, we didn't know your someone thought about you, right? This team thought about you and set out to really put and curate what we have. Is called G-Code, curate this program for you. So we were intentional about doing that, and we hope that we were able to live up to your expectations. I just want to quickly, again, as Kareem mentioned, thank the volunteers, thank the mentors, thank the facilitators, thank the instructors. None of this would be possible without them. They have given considerable time, energy, effort, and talent to ensuring that you get the best of the best, because you're worth it. So again, thank you all for participating. Thank you, Kareem, for being an amazing leader, an amazing director. You give of your time, just time and time again. You show up and you're present. So I again thank you for spearheading this and you know, ushering out this class into whatever their next steps are. But again, as Kareem mentioned, we are a community. And so the light, as she mentioned, at G-Code House is always open. So don't feel like you are out there in this tech space or tech world alone, right? You always have a place. There's a seat at the table for you. So thank you all. I wish you all the best. Stay connected to the community. Keep us posted on what you're thinking about for your next steps. And again, don't hesitate to reach back, right? And support as we could not be community without you. So thank you all, and I'm excited to hear and see the final projects.
And next, we're going to have our guest speaker, Roselle. And just to mention, she is one of the founding members for G-Code and also went through the G-Code program. I'll let her tell you the rest.
Cool, thank you. I guess I didn't really go through the G-Code program, but thank you so much. I'm gonna share my screen really quickly, and I'm really glad that both Kareen and Bridget were bringing up community because that's kind of the topic of this, and it's going to be really short. I think it's going to be way less than 10 minutes, y'all. Let me know if you can see my slides that say like better than imagined. I think so. Okay, cool. All right. So I normally like, oh, I see the chat. Here it is. Zoom is so weird. Let's see. Yes, can see. Awesome. I like a lot of like interaction when I do talks. That way it's not that I'm just talking at you. So my first slide to y'all is me saying congratulations. And I would love to hear some of the highlights or special memories that you won't forget from G Code. So feel free to type it in the chat. I'm being nosy. I want to know what y'all was up to and how fun it was. So feel free. And I'll wait for a couple seconds or minutes even. I hope y'all like my meme. We did it, Joe.
So I don't think we can see your.
You can't see it? Oh, okay. Colin said he could see it. I'll reshare. What do you see? Nothing?
I think it's because Kareem's slide is still up. So maybe if Kareem
Oh,
stops.
okay. Thanks. Cool. That makes a lot more sense. Alrighty. Trying again. Do you now see it? Thumbs up. Perfect. I mean, you don't really need to see the slide for this, but go ahead and just type a couple of like happy memories that you had, even if it's like one sentence. Someone said we always gassed each other up. It was always love and support. I love that. Definitely the PB&J JavaScript demonstration. That was my favorite too. I love that. Love the weekly Kahoots. Talking to Alex how to make the PB, and yes, Alex always does a really great job at that every single cohort. Fun moments where the community night and getting to know what everyone, how supportive everyone was and hearing their experiences with other participants and speakers. Love the Kahoots. I love the Kahoots too. Scribble community night. This is awesome. Awesome. I loved all the Kahoots and all the laughs we shared during those 12 weeks. The Kahoot music, come on. Oh, that's funny. I always used to mute it. This is awesome. All right, I'm gonna move forward. All right, so I do want to just share that just because, and I think Kareen and Bridget both said this, though you've reached the end of this journey with G Code, that doesn't mean it has to stop there. That doesn't mean you have to like forget about G Code. It doesn't mean you have to like end up forgetting about technology and code and software development. Keep going. And so here are 4 things to remember as you continue your journey in technology. Remember community, remember to continue to stay curious, remember to stay persistent and flexible, and then also try something called learning in public, which is when you like, essentially you learn maybe about CSS animations or something like that, and then you share it on like Twitter or YouTube or LinkedIn so that people can get more invested in your career, and then they'll know like, oh, wait, I remember Diamond or whatever, and I know that they were talking about how they were learning React the other day, and they might be a good fit for this job. That's happened to me many times. So to be honest, I cut this talk short. I was gonna go through all 4 things, but I realized, you know what? When I'm at a graduation and I'm graduating, I don't really want to hear like a long speech from somebody. I just want to graduate. So we're just gonna focus on the community part. And before I get into the like more of the community part, I'll just tell you a little bit about who I am and why you might even consider listening to me, right? So my name is Rizal Scarlett, and in 2017 and 2018, I was really trying to figure out like how to get into the tech industry. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do in it. I wasn't really sure what the industry had to offer me, where my place would be. I just was like, what is it? People keep talking about that there's money in it, and I'm really curious about it. And even going further back in 1998, my family and I immigrated here from Antigua to Guyana and then to Boston, Massachusetts for a better life. But, you know, the life wasn't exactly what we expected it was. Because my family was undocumented, my parents only had to take like under the table jobs. And we were what like I consider poor. I know poor is like relative, but like here's an example. A lot of times we would just be living in like one room, not like one bedroom house. Like the room was just one entire room, or like the house was just one entire room. And like, you know, I had no TV or nothing like that, so I was bored. And I spent a lot of my life trying to figure out like how can I get out of this situation? Like, how can I end up having money one day? So to me, I was like, all I gotta do is work hard in school and I will be able to get out of that. But unfortunately, that didn't really happen. Like, I did get to go to college, but after like a semester or two, I ended up having to drop out because I didn't have enough money. And I spent most of 2014 just feeling pretty sad. Like, I was like, there's really nothing I can do. I felt stuck. But fast forward to today, and I'm a developer advocate at a place called GitHub. I know y'all have used it before, and I know you might be a little bit familiar with it. You know that it's a place where you can store and share code and collaborate on code. And it's actually owned by Microsoft, and I know y'all heard of that too. And it's actually starting to take the lead in technology with artificial intelligence. We developed this tool called GitHub Copilot that uses AI to like generate predictive code. So like you can be typing like, what's something that you might be typing, like CSS, you might type background, and then it'll like finish or assume that you're gonna make it the color pink or whatever you're gonna do. And I think it's a really cool tool that helps people to code faster. We also have other tools like GitHub Codespaces, which allows you to have Visual Studio Code in your browser, and GitHub Pages. I think you might have used this, where you deploy your code, well, you use it to deploy your front-end website. We even have things like Copilot Voice that allow people who are visually impaired to be able to like code with their voice. So there's a lot of cool tools that are within GitHub Copilot, within GitHub, that I get to talk about in my role as a developer advocate. So a lot of my role, if you're like, I've never heard of a developer advocate before, what exactly is that? Basically, I create content around the tooling that GitHub develops so that developers can make more informed decisions on whether or not they want to use it and how they can optimally use it. So basically, I represent engineers who use GitHub, but I also represent GitHub as well. And I do this by like maybe writing blog posts, or I might like live code on Twitch and YouTube, or and build some demo applications. I might even just be tweeting. Like, part of my job is to tweet. I can make TikToks, host Twitter spaces, create courses, and like speak at conferences. It's really, really fun. I even got to do like a keynote at GitHub's largest conference called GitHub Universe. And I got to talk about GitHub Copilot. And, you know, sometimes when people hear about developer advocacy, they're like, oh, you just create content. That's so fun, but it's still done really strategically. It's never just out of the blue. I like sit down and listen like in meetings to what GitHub wants to promote more. And then I listen to like other developers outside, like maybe I see them on Twitter, and I pay attention to what they're struggling with, and I create content that will solve both, and or solve both problems on both sides. And sometimes I even get to like take or create influence on like where GitHub takes things. For example, with GitHub Copilot, they initially didn't really market it well, and people really felt like it was super unethical. So I helped to like craft the story or craft the voice that you can use GitHub Copilot for like accessibility, or folks who may not have or folks who have visible and invisible disabilities. And I say all this to say, like, how would I have gotten here from like ending up having to drop out of college and being sad about it and not having the money, to now I could speak at like a conference like GitHub Universe and like help to lead the direction of GitHub Copilot. First of all, I'm gonna say this: I'm not the smartest engineer. I don't think I'm a good software engineer at all. And like, that's okay. I don't have to be. What is important is like, I'm good at communicating technical things, and I'm curious, like I mentioned, and I stay persistent as well. And most important is community. I feel like community helped to lead me in the right direction. So similar to you, I didn't go in G code as a student. I helped to like create the program, but similar to you, I did programs like G code. So I did a program called like Hack Diversity. I did a program called Code 2040. I did Resilient Coders. And those were all programs made for like Black and brown people. And they showed me how to like navigate the tech industry. They showed me how to like create a resume and how to interview and how to code. And they showed me even like what tech companies look like. Like, I went into tech companies, I was like, what, they got a gym in here? They got like smoothies, like this is crazy. Like, you can just get all of this free stuff on the job. And even to today, they still help me. Like, I go back and I like say like, hey, I got a new job offer, I don't know how to negotiate the job offer, so can you help me? And they'll help me do that. Even when I got married, Hack Diversity sent me like wedding gifts, and just staying within those circles helped me to to become a better engineer and help me to stay in the industry. Because once I got a software engineering job, I was like, yo, I'm the only one here, right? Like I realized I'm the youngest person, I'm the only immigrant, I was the only girl, I was the only Black person, and no one else looked like me, and no one else even really believed in me. It was super isolating, because sometimes people, like some of my coworkers would be like, man, it's crazy that you got here. Are you a diversity hire? And I would be like, Danny, what are you talking about? No, but just having that community to go back to and be able to talk to other people that were in the program with me, and they'd be like, I'm experiencing the same thing, or here's how you would deal with something like this, really, really helped. And I believe in some way that community can reduce imposter syndrome. If you're not really sure what imposter syndrome is, or if you haven't heard of it, it's kind of like when you feel like you don't belong, or you feel like maybe they made a mistake at hiring you or giving you this opportunity. Trust me, they didn't. It's a common feeling that can happen. And I think imposter syndrome is easy to set in when you lean too far into the culture of individualism. So like sometimes you might feel like you're an imposter, and you're like, I gotta do this alone. But I feel like you're less likely to feel like an imposter when you're in a community where your principles and your values are shared. Because when you're in community, you realize like you don't have to do this on your own because someone else can. You realize you don't have to like know it all because someone else might know it. And you don't have to have it all because all the things are shared. So to me, collectivity evades that feeling of imposter syndrome. In teams and communities, it's like clear that we're all learning and we're trying to approach this new challenge and reach a goal together, rather than just being alone. We can commit to solving these problems together. Also that feeling of community that I experienced from Hack Diversity and from Resilient Coders and all these other programs that I was in did inspire me to be able to join Bailey and Bridget in like creating G-Code. When Bridget reached out to me, I was like, you know what, communities have made such a big influence in my life that I do want to be able to give back. So alongside them, we were able to build this community for women and non-binary people of color to feel safe and grow and learn in tech. And like, I am so happy to see how much it's evolved now that it's under leaders like Kareen and Colin and Rosalind and Ebony and all the other people who are involved. So my last thing to you, and just emphasizing what I've already said, is just like, don't like when you're done with G-Code, sorry, I almost said GitHub. When you're done with G-Code, don't fully leave. Keep checking the Slack, keep checking out those opportunities they post. You give back to, if you find the opportunity, post it in Slack. If you see someone asking for help, like get help. If you need help, ask for help. Like there's so many times I graduated Resilient Coders and I still went back to the mentors telling them like, hey, I'm stuck on this problem at work, or hey, I started studying computer science in college and I really don't get what's going on. Like that's what those communities are here for. They're here to continue to help you. I think when I was a leader in G-Code and people would disappear, I would be so sad because I'm like, where did you go? Like I would love to help you. It's not like you have to go away and never come back. Like I would love to help you to continue to grow and succeed in your career, because it's really like the tech industry is something that is really, really hard to navigate alone. And I think that community is really vital to your success. So that's my short little spiel. Like I was like, you know what, I'm not going to tell my whole life story or go through anything super deep because you're here to graduate and who cares about me. But if you did want to continue to chat more with me or just discuss any questions you have, you can like follow me on any social media at Black Girl Bites, or you can hit me up in the G-Code Slack. I'm there too. And that's all. If you had any like thoughts or questions afterwards, I'm happy to answer them. That's it. So let me stop sharing.
Thank you so much, Roselle. I'm gonna go back to our slideshow and hand it over to Rosalind now.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Roselle. And with some well wishes and remarks coming from me, congratulations for everything that you have done. You all made a commitment and stuck through it, even though it was hard, tedious, annoying. And while it was still so hard, you went through and you finished. And just from you doing that, whatever you do decide to do moving forward, I know you're going to excel in it. And all I hope is that once you do choose what you decide to do, come back and tell us. The best way you can give back is to come back. And we would just like to be on this journey with you, even though you did graduate from this cohort. You're still a G Code alum. I will now like to pass the mic to Aiden.
Everyone, congratulations. I am so proud of each and every one of you. I know I came mid-cohort, but it was amazing to see your dedication, your discipline, your like resilience, and like putting yourself first and completing this is a big deal. You guys did that. We are here for you. You know, you're completing this program, but this is just the beginning. There's so many things you can do with this, so many venues, so many opportunities. Just like Rosalind said, keep in touch, you know, lean on us. You're never in this journey alone. And, you know, I tip my hat off to you and congratulations. Colin?
Yeah, thanks, Aiden, Rosalind. Let's see. I'm sure the cohort at this point knows that I can go on forever about just about anything. So I'm going to take a nod from Rizal and not do that at this point. All I want to say is that I, as a facilitator, learned an incredible amount from this cohort. I think that happens cohort over cohort. There's always something new, something more for me to learn. And if any of you learned anything as much as I did during this cohort, I have every confidence that you're gonna go out there and do great things. Yeah, I really saw everybody come together, help each other out, you know, work up to the very last minute on everything they had to. And yeah, I'm just really proud of all of you. And I'm so happy to be here to see you graduating from the program. Thanks for letting me be a part of it.
And now that we're towards the end, let's go through some of our great moments while we were part of this. If I can have Kalisha, can you start us off from one of the comments of your best moments?
Yeah. My best moment was working on a capstone project with a group in a community night playing Scribble.
Lucindy, would you be able to share your best moments?
My best moment is the fact that a lot of time I came to give up and like really drop from the program, but I always find this support. So I'm really gonna be thankful for everyone that kept me going. Rosalind, sorry for having lead assignments, and everyone else, and Aiden as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lucindy. It's all cool now. We graduated.
You did that.
Sunny, if you can go ahead and share your best moments.
Hi everyone. Yeah, my best moment was the community night. Just because we are here in the G code. Not is important. Not only learning the software, become a software engineer, but also feel like the family. I'm this community member, so I really enjoy the community night time. And get to know the person by person. I feel more close with everybody. So thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you so much. And I'm gonna miss seeing your dog at community night too.
Thank you.
Ruby, you can go ahead.
Hi guys. My best moment within the cohort, I had a lot of them, but one of the best ones was actually working with the capstone project group. Shout out to the girls in my group. I love working with you guys, and I love getting to know everyone through community as well. But putting our project together was just something that like made me feel like that teamwork feeling. So thank you guys for making it special.
Yes, thank you so much. And the rest of you can go ahead and plug in your best moments into the chat. With that being said, though this class was virtual, we did have a lot of good time and shared a lot of laughs. So here are some photos of us doing that, whether it was through community nights, having different people come in and present demos to us, or just overall the conversations that we had. And I just want to thank all of you so much, not only for your dedication, your time, your efforts, just overall just sharing so much of yourselves with us and sharing those who support you. So shout out to the people that grounded you and took care of you in the program, and shout out to the people that you also take care of. And we always have to give a special shout out to the pets of G Code. So shout outs to everyone's pets. You know, we love animals here in G Code.
Oh, wait, and we can't forget that we allowed the pets to have a LinkedIn profile. If you follow us on LinkedIn, you'll see it.
And a huge shout out and thank you for all the mentors and volunteers that stuck it out, that was here to answer questions, fix problems, and just overall share their experience within the world. It means so much to us for you all to come back here and help the fellows. And we just want to thank you so much for all your time and dedication. We couldn't do this without you. So thank you, Carrie, Stacy, Alessandro, Sydney, Gabby, Selma, Zach, and everyone else that I did not mention. And while on that same note, we would like to give a shout out to people behind the scene. Carmen, our social media manager, who make sure the posts are there, create a LinkedIn for our pets, and overall create this kind of flair that G Code has now. So shout out to Carmen and thank you so much for your help. And can we get a drum roll, please? We're going to start our award presentation. And Aiden, can you do us the honor?
Yeah, so last week you all voted for a few awards to present to your fellow fellows, and let's drum roll, please. Can I just get one last woo, like unmute and woo for me, please?
Woo! Woo!
Thank you. All right. First award. Goes to Diamond, Vulnerability Award. She was never afraid to ask questions. It's just lovely, just lovely. She wasn't worried about anything. She was okay not knowing. And, you know, that's a big thing. We don't know. And it's hard to say you don't know, but yay, Diamond.
And your vulnerability and transparency inspires other people to be transparent as well. So thank you for taking that step forward.
Thank y'all so much. Don't make me cry.
Community Award, Bernadine brought the community together. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought. But yes, she got the community award. People felt comfortable, got everybody together. Congratulations. Ruby also got the community award. There was a tie. Congratulations, Ruby.
And another one.
Yeah, there was a tie. Congratulations to the three of you. Enthusiasm Award, Kalisha.
That was so sweet.
Fun. Give her a round of applause.
Alicia, thank you for always being the first to talk and break the silence sometimes. It's always inspiring having people who are willing to put themselves out there. So we deeply appreciate you for always doing so. And we just loved your bubbly personality.
Thank you for putting in the time at office hours. You were consistent there and would always show up with questions. So yeah, definitely enthusiastic about what you were doing.
Thank you for all y'all support.
Would always give me some woos, so I appreciate that too. Helping Hand Award, Rebecca. Rebecca G. Who felt comfortable asking you questions. You're always helpful, ready to answer questions that you knew the answers to. So thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, guys.
On to the next.
Yay, Curiosity Award, Cassandra. Always wanting to learn more, having questions.
Thank you.
Thank you. Destiny, Creativity Award. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Ooh, Ty Kimberlin, also with the Creativity Award.
And also shout out to both of you with your professional portfolios and always going that extra mile in order to add those details in. Obviously, the rest of the cohort feels the same, which is why you both won the Creativity Award. So keep on being creative.
Thank you so much.
And Resilience Award, Monique. We all voted and Monique won. You know, it was tough at some points, but she made it and she did it. Congratulations.
Yes, shout outs to Monique, and for those who also make sure that they log in the morning, even though there's a lot of the hour differences. I know there's a 3-hour difference for Monique, and I know it was really tough to stick it through, but you stuck it through to the end. So we definitely appreciate you for that. And you're going to receive the benefits of sticking it out. So thank you so much. Yeah, Monique, you was definitely ready to quit, but you didn't. So we appreciate that.
Scholar Award goes to Nicole. On her
Thank you.
stuff, turning in her homework, doing her assignments. You go.
On time. Mm-hmm.
Techie Award, Rebecca L. Congratulations. Congratulations, everybody.
Awesome. And I'm going to go forward with giving you all your graduation certificates. It'll be really nice that after each one, we can do a little clap, even if it's delayed. So hopefully we can unmute ourselves to do so. So the first person, congratulations to Lucindy Mitten. The next person is Sydney Mahone.
Yeah, and feel free, family and friends, to come off of mute too. We're loud people anyway, so it doesn't bother us.
Next, we have Sunny Smith.
Woo!
Woo!
All right, Sunny.
Saliha Webb.
Yes.
Leah.
Ruby Gonzalez.
Woo! Thank you.
Rebecca L.
Woo!
Better known as Becca, right?
Rebecca G.
It's our first time having two Rebeccas.
Raquel Perez.
Yeah, go Raquel.
Nicole Acosta.
Congratulations, Nicole.
Thank you.
Monique Webley.
Yeah, Monique.
Michelle Gomez.
Go, Michelle.
Kimberlyn Rodriguez.
Woo, let's go.
Right. First time having two sisters, right?
Jennifer Acosta.
Congrats, sister, sister.
That's so cool. Congrats, guys.
Francesca Salas. Dominique Burton.
Go, Dominique.
Diamond Fraser.
Go, Diamond.
Destiny Hammond.
Thank you.
Okay, Miss Fam, you.
Yes.
Cassandra Maneltham. Sorry about mispronouncing your last name.
Oh.
Talisha Suing.
Woo!
Go, Kalisha.
He's so sweet.
Brianna Williamson.
Okay, Brianna.
Go, Brianna. Good job. Brianna. Good job.
Congratulations, Brianna.
Bernadine Charles.
Go, Bernadine.
So she's our last graduate. If we were in person, we would tell you to put your tasks to the other side. So we want to leave you with this quote, because we talk a lot about like believing in yourself and having the confidence to walk out into that world and take what's yours. And I love this quote by Shirley Ralph. And she says, "This is what believing looks like, and don't you ever, ever give up on yourself." And I want to say congrats to everyone. This is your time to celebrate. And I am going to put on some music to celebrate because we are so happy for you. This is just the beginning. And I want you all to just take the time to just celebrate yourself. So hopefully you can hear some of this music. Feel free to kind of celebrate with us.
It's really low.
Congratulations, everyone.
All you gotta do is leave it better than you found it. It's gonna get difficult to stand, but hold your balance.
Remember, we're always gonna be here. The light is always on. And feel free if you need to drop off, you can drop off. There are a couple people who love to kind of enjoy the groove, so.
Some days you wake up and nothing works, you feel surrounded. Gotta give your feet some gravity to get you.
You all are welcome. Kalisha said, that thank you all for everything. It has been the best 12 weeks. We agree. And for any of you who need to, let us know what your next step is. If you need some help, don't feel free to reach out to us in the Slack channel, okay?
Also, we'll be planning an alumni night for next month. And now that you are all alums.
I'm sorry. So, Rosalind, you were saying?
Oh, it was Aiden.
Oh, I'm sorry, Aiden, go ahead.
I said we're planning an alumni night for next month, and because you are all now alums, you will get an invitation in your inbox soon.
Yes. Stay engaged.
And also anybody who I hounded for homework assignments that turned it in, I'm so proud of you.
If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat if anyone wants to ask anything. Or if you can't think of anything, feel free to drop that in the Slack channel.
Come on now. Let's all celebrate and have a good time.